Welcome back to Budget Beauty. Hi, I am Lindsay Beatty. I am the creative force and the face behind Budget Beauty. And this here is our weekly series. It is a little bit late because reasons. I have decided to take a couple of days break, let my skin rest for a little bit, since we just completed the 12 days of beauty. And so I kind of just wanted to let my skin rest a minute. Let me just take a break from doing makeup and doing stuff with makeup for like a couple of days. Just let it rest. I did makeup for 12 days straight. So I kind of like, let me let this skin rest a minute because it's getting better and healing. But that constant putting it on, taking it off, putting it on, taking it off does play a large part in, what it looks like without, makeup on top of it. So this is getting better. It is definitely getting better. I have been taking the time to moisturize and tone. I did a deep cleanse the day after I did. No, I did it on Sunday. So I finished 12 Days of Beauty on Friday, and then I did a deep cleanse on Sunday. And it was actually, I think I may have done it on Saturday also. I know I did it. I probably did it like 2 days in a row. I was intending to do makeup, and then I said, well, let me clean my skin after I wash my hair and do stuff with my hair. So as you can see, this is my actual hair out. Listen, go ahead, take your pictures and get what you want out of this because it ain't gonna stay out for very long. So anyway, we'll come back to that in a minute. But I washed my hair and did all I needed to do, and then I was like, well, let me do my skin after that, so we don't go in and put moisturizer on and then run it out with stuff coming out of my head. So I was like, well, I'll do that. And I did. And so that was Sunday. And I had fully intended to do makeup, but I didn't. So I was tired and not feeling all that great. And so I said, well, I'll just do makeup later in the week. And that'll be our weekly episode because I was thinking about doing it Saturday. But Saturday I got involved in projects and I did not have time to do makeup. So yeah, no, we're here now. So I'm still feeling a little under the weather, but I'm doing better than I was. I'm not contagious or anything. So so I decided to do brown, and I have to come up with a witty title for the for the episode at some point, but I decided to do brown, and I let my actual hair out. So you guys can see, I have it pinned up here. There's a lot of gray in here. So there is gray right here. There's some gray there. Just gray strands, little random gray strands. A couple right there. But I had to cut my hair just a tad bit. But this morning, I was trying to do a little something, trim my ends a little bit. They're a little fried. I don't let my hair out often, so I'm not that concerned about it. But I did a little bit of work with the straightening comb. I have an electric straightening comb. So let's be real here. Okay, so as you guys can see, I have what is commonly referred to and known as 4C hair. Okay. It is extremely coarse and it is extremely thick. It is never going to be bone straight. It's just not going to. I learned that many years ago. I learned to accept that and go on about my business, because sitting there wishing you had a different hair type is never going to fix anything. It's just not, and you have to just learn to deal with what you got. So I learned to deal with what I have, and in my case, it is a very beautiful, full, thick My God, my hair is so thick. Full, thick, beautiful head of black, kinky hair. Okay? It just is. That's just, that it is what it is. And I have learned to love it over the years. When I was little, not so much, just because it was so much work as a little child, and I would always be like, oh, I wish, I could have straight hair like everybody else. Honey, no. You learn to deal with what you have, and you learn to accept what you have and go on about your business. Now, my hair, had I grown up in the era that I choose to rock aesthetically, had I grown up in that era, hairdressers of my day would have had a field day with my hair and just did all kind of stuff with it, because you need really thick, full hair to do some of them styles. So I'm learning, but I tend to just wear wigs and things just because it's so much time. It takes a lot of time to get this going and do what I want it to do and work with it. And so, but I appreciate it for what it is. I have a massive afro when I do let this out and let it be big, full itself. It is a massive afro, and it grows very fast. I gave myself, just to give you an idea, I gave myself a pixie cut in June of 2023. By January 2024, it was a full afro again. And I mean, like out to here, like I picked it out and it was massive. And that's because I washed it every 2 weeks, and every 2 weeks to a month. And generally, between 2 weeks to a month is about how long I can go. Any more than that, if I wash it like once a week, that's almost too much. It will come out. So it likes moisture, but because it's always dry. But my hair just craves moisture all the time because I have dry skin a lot. And the diabetes does not help it now. But it loves to just be left alone. If you leave it alone, you ain't picking in it constantly, and you ain't doing all this extra stuff, and you do a protective style and keep it unwrapped, my hair will grow it absolutely will grow like crazy. So I just leave it alone. That's why you see I wear a lot of wigs. I just leave it alone. Every so often I do let it out once I wash it and blow dry it and whatever. Sometimes I do a deep condition and sit under the dryer. But for the most part, I just leave it alone and let it rest and let it sit. And I'll braid it up and keep it under something to keep it from, being attacked by the elements and all. And I do sleep with a sleep bonnet on. I have to have something, because otherwise it will tangle up so bad. It tangles even if I don't fool with it for a long period of time. So, but to that end, we will be talking about because I'm looking at it in the beauty haul. I just bought some more stuff from a brand that I have been following for years at this point, probably like 5-6 years, probably 5 years. That I've just bought some stuff from, and I'm very excited. And I used it when I washed my hair the other day. I was very excited with the results. So I'm so excited I got some of the dew. I've been waiting to get the dew for 5 years. So I did get some of Big Papa, and I got some of the Sweetest Thing. This is the honey moisture mask. This is basically a conditioner. You put it in, and then you rinse it out, and you do a treatment with it. I got some of that, and I have the shampoo and the conditioner coming. I found it on JCPenney website, and I got some moisture milk coming from Target, and something else from Target. I did not want to shop at Target. I got the ick immediately, but Target had the something else, had the moisture milk and something else that I ordered. Um, and I was like, I don't want to deal with you, Target, but I guess I'm going to. And I had gift cards, so I didn't really spend a ton of money. We found random Target gift cards that were just laying around, and so I used those. So I have some more due coming. I'm very excited. So I'm gonna use it and um do something with this hair. Um see what kind of what it do. I want to see what it do. Like I say, the Big Papa worked really well. When it said define curls, it defined my curls. I mean, it's semi straight right now, but y'all, when I wash it, I have extremely kinky hair. It's coiled and curled, just coming out the scalp. So, it's an immediate coiling. It defined those curls, though. I tell you what, listen, it did what it said it was gonna do. Give it that. I did not try the sweetest thing just because I realized after the fact I'd already washed and conditioned my hair, and then I realized that it was a conditioner, and I was like, well, I should have just used that as the conditioner and been done with it. So I was like, the next time I wash my hair, I will use that as the conditioner and see what it does. So I'm very excited. So let's get started on this here makeup. I've gotten the majority of my products that I want to use. I do need one more tool, and I got to grab it. It's in the extras. I can figure out how to incorporate this into my actual thing. So bear with me just a second. I gotta grab it because I need to do some. I need to do a little bit of work with these lashes because I haven't touched my lashes in several days. Okay, so I do want to comb through my lashes a little bit because I have not done anything with my lashes in a couple days, and they acting a little wild right now. Also pre filming here, I did prep the skin for makeup. I did a little bit of skin prep. I used some micellar water. I used the Neutrogena micellar water to give it a good clean base, and then I used some clean pore toner, also from Neutrogena, and then I used Neutrogena Hydro Boost water cream. So I did a little bit of toning and moisturizing beforehand to give it a good clean base and to moisturize and prep the skin. Okay, so try to say these can be used to do mascara. These are just fresh plain wands that you can buy on Amazon for like $6. I also use it to do my brows to try to shape them and brush them out a little bit. So y'all see. That's what happens when I brush them up. You know, see they real tall. And then I just like to kind of go across the top like that. And do a little bit like that. Okay. 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 So that's this one brushed up a little bit. And then do a little bit over like that. So, I was supposed to go back to work on Monday. Today is Tuesday. Supposed to go back to work yesterday, but I felt like absolute trash. Like, I felt like absolute trash. So I was just like, I'm using sick time today and yesterday because I still don't feel great. I feel a little bit, like I said, I feel a little bit better, but not much better. I mean, not a whole 100%. I just feel awful and lethargic and tired. So I haven't really been doing much of anything once I finished all my makeup stuff. I really didn't do too much the last couple of days. So we're gonna try to hurry this up. All right, so for the we're gonna start with the eyes per the usual. Start with the eyes, and we're gonna use the NYX Ultimate Shadow and Liner Primer. See if we can get some of that going. Yeah, I am gonna work, and I'm gonna go back to work tomorrow, and hopefully get some work done. I left some things. I started on some things before I went on Christmas break. So, and I don't know if next year I'm gonna take as much time off as I did this year. I don't know. And I say next year, but this year coming up, Christmas, I don't know if I'm gonna take as much time off. Because after a certain point, it's like, bro, okay, I could be at the house or I could be at work. Like, I have stuff to do. I wanted to take vacation because I didn't take any vacation really, not really, during the year. I took a few days here and there, and by a few, I mean like 1 or 2 days. I didn't take a large block of time like this. I didn't go anywhere in the summer. We went to my sister-in-law's wedding, which that's not really a vacation. That was, hey, we're going to this wedding and we'll be back like 2 days. So we really didn't take any vacation this year, husband and I. And so trying to think if did we go anywhere for our anniversary. I don't think we went anywhere for our anniversary this year. I don't. Usually we try to take a trip for our anniversary and do something, but I don't think we did this year. I don't recall. Okay, for the face, we're gonna do, while I'm waiting on that to dry, we're gonna use the Pretty Fresh, this is the ColourPop Pretty Fresh Set It Up Primer. But yeah, no, I didn't really do too much. Not really. So I wanted to wait until Christmas. Don't think we didn't go anywhere for my birthday. We stayed home. His birthday, I'm trying to think, did we go anywhere? Nope, we did not. We stayed home. So that's why I'm like, we can go anywhere for either of our birthdays. We did not, we didn't go anywhere for our anniversary because we stayed home. And I'm absolutely running out of that primer, so I'm going to have to order some more because I really like it. I'm trying to think. We went nowhere. We didn't go anywhere for Valentine's Day. Like, we went absolutely nowhere in 2024. We did, well, in 2025. We did do something. We went somewhere. We went somewhere. We did take one trip, but that was it. Yeah, that's it. That's the only trip we took the whole year. And I want to say we didn't take it in the summertime. We took it somewhere. We did go for his birthday. We did actually take a trip for his birthday. Now that I think about it, we did. We went for a couple of days, and we did go. We did take a trip for in June. We took a random trip um to Rock Hill, and we saw family while we were there. But that's that's it. That is literally it. So yeah, um, and that was in June, after my sister-in-law's wedding. So yeah, that was yeah. I was trying to think. That was a really hard. I got to think about that. What did we do this past year? Not much. I mean, we went, but so we'll see. We'll see about 2026. But I mean, we have some projects and things we have to do at the house, and there's some things we have to pay for and things we have to buy. And so that's why I'm like, and they are absolute necessities. Like, I've put it off, put it off, put it off, put it off. We need to do it. And my skin is incredibly soft right now. Thank you, ColourPop. I absolutely adore this primer. I am definitely, I'm out of it. Like, I'm having to scrape the bottom of the barrel in this. But I really like this primer. It is great. It is very, very good. I mean, my skin is so soft right now. On both sides. And up here, T-zone, chin, like, I mean, the whole face just soft. Baby soft. All right, so eyes are dry, I'm pretty sure. Yeah. All right. So for this brown look today, we're gonna highlight this brown skin. So let me think, what do I want to use for the crease cut? Because I won't cut this crease, and I don't want to cut it with black. I think I'm gonna cut it with the Wildcat. Okay, so this is the ColourPop BFF Cream Gel Liner. This is in the shade Wildcat. It is a gold. However, it is the most light gold I've ever seen. It's just light. So I'm gonna cut the crease with it. It just, I'm really gonna use this just to give me a guide of where to stop. As you can see, I already kind of did that with the primer, the lid primer, but your girl be just barreling through that. So just barreling through that. So yeah, we probably shouldn't do that. Okay. I am not going to give myself a pinup line. I don't need to, not with this. This sweater, by the way, is Old Navy. It's a nice wheat color, but it's getting on my nerves because it keeps bunching up in the back and in the front. So it's just kind of all up on my neck. And I'm like, really? Come on, Old Navy. I need you not to do that. So yeah. All right. But that's the basis for why I felt like wearing this brown today. So then for the eyeshadow, we're going to go in with this new one. I just got it. This is in the L'Oreal Lace Shadow Stick line. This is number 250 Celestial Top. I actually really like this L'Oreal line. It is actually very good. And I now have several colors in it. Like, several. So, we're going to go ahead and start applying it. And it is really pretty. I do like the cooling effect. That is nice. This is my first time using this one. I bought it several weeks ago. I want to say when I went in and made diamond status is when I bought this. I seem to recall that was when I bought it, because I finally found it in Ulta. I know that's where I got it from, because I had been buying the other colors. I bought the other colors out of Walgreens, and I ordered them off of Amazon. But this one I'm pretty sure I bought out of Ulta. because I stay over in that L'Oreal, Maybelline section, because they're generally right next to each other, because they are competitors, direct competitors. Okay. Very impressed with the performance. It goes on very, very smoothly. It's beautiful color. Like I say, I have this in several different colors. It's a good stick. It's a good stick, and it dries quickly. I will give it that. It does dry very quickly. This almost gives ColourPop a run for their money. Almost. The only thing is that this is much more expensive than ColourPop mostly. ColourPop generally is $9 for their stick. Generally. $8, $9. $8 if you can get it on sale. Sometimes $5.50 if you're going to Ulta and you can find it on sale. And they're running a sale on things. This is like $12.99. So that's why I have a few of them, but I have way more of the ColourPop. But and also ColourPop has more colors in it that I like. But yeah, I think I have like 4 of them now. In that L'Oreal line. So I'm gonna let that dry, give it a second. I like the cooling effect. It is very nice. It is a very, very nice stick. It performs well. Color payoff is nice. I'll talk about that while I'm waiting for it to dry. So I'll show y'all all the colors I got in this stick. So I have these 4 in that stick. So this is, make sure the cap is back on. This is Magnetic Mauve. This is Twilight Emerald. This is a beautiful green. Y'all have seen me wear this. This is a beautiful green. And I'm always in the market for a good green eyeshadow. And especially a green eyeshadow stick. I would like to have a stick. This is the Celestial Top that I just put on. And this is the Cloudy Rose. So, these 4. Fantastic. L'Oreal, listen. And I stumbled on that Cloudy Rose. The Cloudy Rose was the first one that I got. Stumbled on it. And I was like, what is this? Okay, L'Oreal, you made a shadow stick? Okay. All right. I'll see what you got. I'll try it. So I was like, ooh, this is good. I like this. Like I say, Maybelline makes a comparable stick, but it doesn't have the cooling sensation. Theirs is the Color Tattoo 24-hour eye stick. And I have several of those too. I actually really like that stick. Listen, don't sleep on the tattoo stick. Those are actually very good too. They too are a little expensive sometimes, depending on where you go. You can find a deal on them, so look around before you buy them. Look around and see if you can get a deal on them real good. Like I say, good budget makeup. That is very good budget eyeshadow. It is not expensive and good drugstore quality. It's not going to break the bank, but it's also going to perform well. That's what you're looking for. All right, this should be dry now. And like I say, it dries very, very quickly. So, as a topper, I want to put on this e.l.f. Finest Fleck Glitter Eyeshadow. I hate e.l.f. But we're going to do it. I have issues with e.l.f. I do. I have issues with e.l.f. This is the shade Filthy Rich. However, these Finest Fleck eyeshadow toppers are fantastic. They perform very well and they do really good things for me. I just don't want to use it because e.l.f. If anybody else made it, I'd be using this every day, all day. That's how good it is. All right, let me see what it does. This color does absolutely nothing. Well, it does kind of do something, but not a whole lot, which is what I was thinking it was going to do. Okay. Okay. I mean, it just added a little bit of dimension to the eyeshadow, which is exactly what it's supposed to do, but I just, ugh. Ugh. It's killing me to put this on. It is killing me to put this on right now. Because I really just don't like e.l.f. And listen, I used to be a fan. I promise you, I was a fan of e.l.f. And then the whole Matt Rife campaign happened. And it was like, as a woman, let's start there. As a woman, I have issues with that whole thing. We ain't even got to the I am, a supporter of women's rights and victims of domestic violence. I support folks all day long. Believe people, okay? So when somebody sits up here and makes jokes about it, first of all, why are you even joking about that? Like, what about that is funny? I ain't yet to understand what we thought we were doing with that and why we thought it was funny to make that joke. And repeatedly make jokes. That's what got me. It was like he didn't even bother to read the room and be like, maybe I should probably not make that joke because not funny. The first joke, all right, yeah, that didn't land very well. We should go back to the drawing board. Maybe reconsider saying something like that. Reflect and have some remorse. No, he kept going. He was like, stop sign, what's that? I'm just going to barrel on through that. What stop sign, what's that? Why would I want to do that? And I was like, get out of here. Just get out of here. Because why are we even allowing this foolishness? That's just craziness. Absolute craziness. And then had the nerve to double down. Double down. And then was like, I don't know why this is a problem. Boy, bye. Going out of here now. Don't get bopped. I'm looking to see if I want to use another brown here, but I think this will be fine. I think this is sufficient. This is cute. It's cute. It's cute. It's cute. Like I say, for what this is doing, e.l.f., this is actually, this is fantastic. The payoff is fantastic. They are excellent, and they weren't super crazy expensive either. I just don't want to use e.l.f. I don't. And I try to avoid using the e.l.f. that I have in my kit. Because I bought it well before his foolishness happened. So, anyway, let me go do these little ashes and go about my business. So anyway, for the lashes, so the eyeshadow is taken care of. And that's a really pretty color. It is. It looks slightly like it's not. The way this reflects and looks it looks like I didn't put, it's a little patchy or something. It's not really patchy. I'm looking at it in the mirror. It is not patchy at all. It's actually very filled in, very high coverage. So it's not sheer at all. That's just how it reflects and how the shadow looks on it. So there's that. All right. So for the primer, I'm using the Maybelline Sky High Tinted Primer. I will show you the tube in just a second. But it is it is a high performance eyeshadow topper, and it is gorgeous. But it's e.l.f. It's e.l.f. Say what you will after that. And what made it so bad was they dragged drag queen hiding closet in this foolishness. And I'm like, what? Mm-mm. Absolutely not. Don't drag a drag queen into this. Oh, and the domestic violence jokes was the least of his problems, of Matt Rife's problems. That wasn't the only thing that he said. That was just the tip of the iceberg. So it was just like, and then what bothered me the most, so you do all this foolishness, you have this campaign, you put him in there, you drag an innocent drag queen into this foolishness. Then when you get called out, you have the nerve to double down, kind of. And the apology was a non-apology. I was like, I ain't even been to therapy, and I know that that's a non-apology. And that tells me you're not really remorseful. Because telling someone we're sorry if you feel, no. When somebody tells you, I'm sorry you feel that way, they're not really sorry. They're not. That's a non-apology immediately. So already know if somebody say that to you, they already not serious. Just stop them right there. I once upon a time was told by one of my in-laws that they were sorry that I took offense to what they were saying, but they justified it by saying, but they held their child up to have Christian values, and they had an authoritative personality, and I was supposed to be satisfied with that apology, even after they offended me, highly offended me, on purpose, I might add. Oh, and their child too, because spent a lot of time inferring that the child and implying that the child was slumming it. Slumming it with a heathen. I was like, wow. Okay. This is the Maybelline Sky High Tinted Primer. Lash Sensational Sky High Tinted Primer. I really like it because it's in black. It's a black tinted primer. Sometimes you just want a black tinted primer. Sometimes you don't care about that, but sometimes you do. Right now, I want a black one. This is the Maybelline Colossal Bubble mascara. And we're going to go and do our first coat. But it sure did. Basically said he was slumming it. And he was slumming it with a heathen who was corrupting him and making him turn away from his Christian values. And I was like, so even though I was raised Catholic, Roman Catholic, I'm apparently not Christian. I'm the devil's child. I was like, you can screw off. I'm rude. I'm so rude. And I am a nice person until you do some foolishness that directly affects me. I'm not a nice person after you do some foolishness to people I care about. So in this instance, by offending me, you also offended my spouse, who wasn't even my spouse just yet. Well, on paper, he wasn't my spouse just yet. He was my spouse in spirit, because we were common law. we were common law. I was like, oops, y'all didn't know that part either, did you? Nope, you sure didn't. The only thing that was stopping us literally from from getting married was that, one, he didn't want to elope. Which, okay, all right, that's fair. I had already done that once, and I was like, okay, I you know what? I'm okay with not eloping this time. And if you don't want to elope, then I guess we're having a wedding. And money. So yeah, it wasn't that it wasn't that the two of us didn't love each other enough to run and get married. It was just, he wanted to have a wedding. So I was like, all right, I guess. We all know how that turned out. Apparently, I'm not supposed to have a wedding. I'm just not. I am not supposed to have a wedding because both times I went to do it, I did not have a wedding, like a big wedding. I'm not supposed to do that, apparently. So then we're going to follow up for my second coat. We're going to follow up with the Essence Volume Stylist 18-Hour Lash Extension Mascara with lengthening fibers. One of these lashes in my right eye is acting a fool right now. What are you doing, sir? Okay. All right. So, gonna follow up. Make these bad boys stand up. So, yeah, it was, that was craziness. That they said that. At the end of the day, we wound up not having a wedding anyway. So, we might as well have just gone to the justice of the peace and been done with it anyway. But, I didn't want to do that. But that's what we wound up basically. I mean, we had a wedding we had a ceremony at our church, with our pastor, who's a sweet lady. I'm kind of not sure how she puts up with my mother-in-law, but I'm sure she calls on Jesus regularly and is like, please give me the strength not to slap the shit out this woman. Listen, I ask God every day. And every time that my mother-in-law decides she wants to be awful and overstep and be in my face about stuff, I'm like, listen, Lord, I don't ask for much. Well, please help me to not slap the taste out this woman's mouth. Please let me be the mature person that I have grown to be, and have some home training that I was raised with. Please, Lord, don't let me forget that good Southern home training that I was so graciously given by my look-alike auntie and my mama. Because on more than one occasion, my mother-in-law has decided that it's a cute idea to try me and do and say all kind of stuff in the service of her son paying her some attention. And I'm like, that's not my problem, but what you're not going to do is bring it in my house. You can keep that right on over there with you. Don't bring that in here. Because see, older me, it has zero compunction about letting you know, I don't care. Whatever your problem is, that's your problem. That's not my problem. That's a you problem. And I don't care. So, miss me with all of that. And keep that over there. I don't need that drama in my life. And I don't need that drama in my house. I live a nice, child-free, quiet life. Taxes paid. Where I go make money. And I enjoy nice things. And none of that involves drama and foolishness from people that I don't care for. It don't. At no point does it. So, this is, just to quickly interject here, this is going to be, so now we're worried about the face. Because like I say, we're going to come back and do under eye. This is for the face, for the foundation. We're going to use the Clinique Acne Solutions Liquid Makeup Salicylic Acid Acne Treatment. This is in the shade WN118 Amber D. D for dark. So, I shook it up a bunch. I am putting it on my little palette holder. If I could squeeze this out. Okay. I did 2 little dots. That is about all you need. All right. On the palette holder. And we got a brush. We're going to apply it to the face, and then we're going to buff it out. So, yeah, I don't bother with my mother-in-law. I try not to. I try not to. Ever. We're going to put some concealer on in a minute, too. After I apply all this. Probably should apply the concealer first, but it doesn't really matter as far as I know. As long as we don't cake them up and mix them together. So, I mean, we got a lot of dark spots going on. So, we're going to have to take extra care now that we have finished the 12 days of beauty. We're going to have to take extra care to work on these dark spots and get them cleaned up. Get the skin back to the nice, clear complexion that we are used to. Listen, I love this brown, but my gosh, the dark spots are just aggravating. I'm like, why are you out here acting up? You would think I was having problems like a teenager. And yes, some of this is hormonal acne, some of it. But still, I mean, it just freaked out this last go round. And that was just perfect. Them 2 little dots that y'all saw me put down there, that was just perfect. All right, so let me get my little cloth real quick. I can wipe my hand. But yeah, I managed to get foundation on it. So as you can see, I applied it all over my face. And then we're going to do this under eye. So this is the ColourPop Pretty Fresh Hyaluronic Creamy Concealer. Somebody was asking for good recommendations on concealer, and y'all know I ran in there so fast. This was on Reddit in the drugstore makeup. I ran in there so fast and suggested this and the Juvia's Place. I Am Magic Concealer. Because, listen, those 2 are the best. Now, somebody said they couldn't use this Maybelline, the Maybelline Instant Age Rewind, because it causes issues with them. And I was trying to help them because I was like, baby, I use it all the time. But have you considered this when you're doing it? And they were like, yeah, no, I tried that too. And I was like, damn. I don't know then. I don't know then. I was trying to help. I was trying to be a helpful bear. I don't know. Because I was trying to think of some solutions. I really was. And they did not have any. They were like, I tried that too and this too. And it didn't work. And I was like, damn. I don't know what to tell you then. I don't. I'm sorry I cannot be of help and of service to you. But hopefully, and I said, please let me know what you figure out, because now I'm very curious and I want to know what it is and how it is you managed to do this. What it is, what solution did you stumble on? Because you're going to stumble on it. Tell me what solution you did, because I want to know. So I will update here too, and talk about solution if the person comes back and says this is what I did, because as a makeup person, somebody who just enjoys talking about makeup and all and finding solutions to problems, yeah, that's actually an interesting problem, because they said they had chronic cakiness underneath the eye. And I was like, oh, okay, well, have you considered maybe, how are you applying your concealer? And so she was like, no, I tried all of that. I was like, are you applying it first? Or are you trying to layer it? Like, what's the deal? And so she replied that, I assume she replied that, yeah, she had tried it where she did concealer first and then, foundation, then concealer, foundation and concealer separately. And she was getting no good results. So, yeah, she said that, she tried. And I was like, ooh, I don't know, girl. I was like, I have dry skin. And she said, too, she had really dry skin. Because I was like, I have dry skin. And this helps for me. So, I was like, ooh, I don't know, girl, then. I don't know. I'm trying to help, but I don't know. So, yeah, that was kind of weird. But, I did say, like I say, I was like, good luck. Because I'm very curious as to how you gonna find something, and what solution are you going to apply here for your very specific problem? Because I'm very curious as somebody who has super dry skin. All right, so you can see I have blended this in, and I'm using the Morph 103 brush to do so. Yeah. Now, this Clinique, it is not full coverage. This is moderate coverage, if I'm not mistaken. Buildable moderate coverage. Yes, it's moderate coverage. So probably gonna need maybe some more right there, because y'all can see that's not covering that section. And yes, I could put concealer down there. As you see, I have applied the concealer under my eyes. The concealer, by the way, was dark 170N. But the shade dark 170N. Oh no, that was too much. Shoot. That was too much. All right. It's probably a little bit too much. So, well, maybe not. Okay, maybe not. Let's see if I can put some over here. That's the cool thing I like about foundation too. That I've learned to like about foundation. Now it applied as that, but y'all see when I blended it out, it doesn't look that shade at all. I could stand to put some over here too. So maybe that's not too much. It's not that shade at all. I mean, it's a semi lighter shade. I'm trying to see, do I need to put any up there? Not really. I do need some right there. I did get that right there. I'm trying to find a spot to put this last little bit. But I will put some up there. All right. But that shade matches me perfectly. It does not look too light and it's not too dark. Okay. All right. That's a little bit better over there. I still might wind up putting some concealer down there. We'll see. Because I'm just layering foundation right now on top of foundation. I haven't even blended that concealer down. So, I just feel like maybe I just didn't put enough foundation on here. Okay. But yeah, I was trying to be helpful. Trying to be a helpful bear. All right. Time to do this concealer. This is the 164, I think this is. 162, maybe? I don't know. I gotta look at it in a second. Let's blend this down. Get that under eye a little bit. brightens up under the eye. Okay. That's helpful. Let's see if we can't blend that down just a little bit. There we go. Let's get the hairline. Especially since I have my hairline out. Okay. So, let's do the other eye. Looking to see what time it was in here. I have a really neat skull clock that I bought. I went to this thing that you guys have seen. I did my makeup last year for the Irmo Cherry Blossom Festival. And I bought that clock there last year at the festival. And it's very cool. I've never shown it on camera, but it's a skull. It's a 3D printed skull clock with Roman numerals for the numbers, and it is absolutely cool. It's very cool. The little goth kid in me was like, I was very excited. Very, very excited. We can't get up in that corner. Okay. All right. We gotta remember to do that up there because we did not. I know I used the foundation brush to put that up there, and we're going to use the concealer brush to make her work, but yeah, I know. Try not to be weird. Okay. All right. So, yeah, I mean, you can tell immediately that this spot over here, like all of this underneath my eye is much brighter than the rest of my face. But that's fine. That is perfectly fine. I want a brighter under eye anyway. Okay, so I think that blended in very well. I do like that foundation. I do like it. It's not bad. It's actually pretty decent. Clinique. I wouldn't pay that full price that they were asking for it, because they were wanting, like, well, I want to say $39 for that, and I was like, excuse me? Excuse me? For some... What? Absolutely not, Clinique. Now stop that. What is y'all doing? But yeah, no, I mean, I for the free gift that I got, yeah, I'll take that. Okay. All right. Before we powder down this face, we're going to put on some blush. This here is the Ulta Beauty Cloud Blush in the shade Floating. It's a cream blurring blush, and it is in the shade Floating. Yes, I was correct, Floating. This one we got to apply directly to the face, because she blend down real soft and subtle. So let's see if I can get a little bit more right there. All right. Okay. I'm using the Real Techniques number 82 filtered cheek brush to blend her out. See how she's soft now? She real soft. So you got to, she in her soft era. Okay. So you got to, if you're going to put this on, I've discovered that with this, you're going to put this on, you got to give yourself 2 dots, and you got to give yourself, you got to build it. Now, if you want subtle, cool. This is, you see, this is very, very subtle. It is not loud at all. And I think that's what we want. I don't think we even gonna go with, depending on how soft this is after I do this, I don't even think we're gonna do, we may not do powder. Maybe. All right. Now, let's powder her down because we're ready for that now. To do the powder, we're going to go with the Juvia's Place I Am Magic Setting Powder. This is in the shade Gobi. That's that. I need a triangle puff, which I have some off camera here, but I'm going to go ahead and use this one. Per the usual, we're going to take her puff, powder, dip, diffuse, to prime, and set. And yes, Miss Nina Ubi. I'm assuming that's how she pronounces it. She was the one, Miss Gina had suggested her, and then I went and I subscribed to her because she has a lot of tutorials, but she is the one who talked about how in her video to do this technique. And it does, for me, it works very well. Once I started doing it and I realized how I was supposed to be doing it and what I was supposed to be doing with it, it works very, very well. We did not get the forehead. We did not get the forehead. Okay. All right. Okay. So, face is powdered down. It's a little light, but it's fine. Because outside of this lighting, it will look fine. I always discover that after the fact. So, let me say, I guess, we might put a little powder on. Bear with me because I'm going to grab powder. So we're going to go with the NYX Buttermelt Blush. This is in the shade Getting Butter. And we're going to do very, very subtle blush. It don't need to be a lot. See, like, that's enough. That's almost too much on that side, so now I gotta add a little bit more. Okay. That is all we need. That is all I want. To add that color back. Okay. Actually, I think I'm gonna take her down just a tad bit more by doing that. Okay. So I'm just taking the excess that I had still on this puff and bringing it down just a little bit more. All right. So then let's talk about lips. Keep bumping my camera. For the lips, we're gonna go with, I'm going to use this Wet n Wild Perfect Pout, lay down the mauves, and trying to find my Biscuit Bliss. Okay. Now, I also put some stuff on my lips earlier. So because I am wearing this, I'm going to go ahead and line my lips. Okay. And then this is the Extreme Shine, Essence Extreme Shine and Volume Lip Gloss in the shade Biscuit Bliss. So I'm not adding the Anastasia Beverly Hills right now, because I don't need to. I already had something on to moisturize and kind of protect. Okay. Oh, I like that. All right. And then I like it. All right. Now we need to set the face. So to set the face, we're going to go in with the L'Oreal Infallible 3-second setting mist. Wow. Like, I can't get used to that, bro. It still is like, what? Okay. So that's done. And I said I was going to do an under eye. I guess I could. It ain't going to hurt at this point. And so my face is already set. That's one eye. Y'all, I never get close enough. I know y'all, like, girl, you are not anywhere near close enough. I know. Okay. Okay. That dries fairly quickly, so I don't have to worry about that. And since we have already finished the rest of our face, we're going to go ahead and put on our earrings. Because that, ladies and gentlemen, is the completed look. I do like how that turned out. Under eye's a little thick, but it's fine. I'm trying to get my earring on. These are the earrings. These are some gold. You guys have seen me wear these. And they are nice. I like them. Okay. There. So, I think I might let my hair down a little bit. Yeah. That is the completed look. I'm probably going to put this hair back under wraps in a couple of days. Maybe this weekend. Because I go back to work. I'm going to go back. I am going to be remote tomorrow. And then I go back into the office on Thursday. So, and then I'm remote again on Friday. So yeah, I'm going to do a little something with it. Possibly. I don't know. We'll see. So, and maybe put it back under wraps. So, ladies and gentlemen, this has been our first weekly series of the new year. I want to thank you for watching. Please come back and watch more of our videos later. We're looking forward to a great 2026 and more adventures in makeup. So, I want to thank you for watching. Come back and see us again later. Peace.